Hello folks, this is Alex here from BWOne.com. Today I'm here to do a video review of the Samsung Focus 2 versus the Nokia Lumia 900. When it comes to price point, like I explained in the review, this is a $49.99 device. It's a budget device. It's going towards that first smartphone buyer or someone looking to upgrade from a feature phone. Then you have the Lumia 900 over here, which is priced at $99.99. And with a 50 bump in price, you get a tons better industrial design. This design is won awards all over the world, acclaimed, all that good stuff, and you won't expect any less from a Nokia device. There's been complaints that when you put it in your hand that the edges kind of cut your skin or they give you blisters. I haven't had that issue, so I'm not going to knock that off the design. It's amazing. It's something that you really got to see in person. Video can't do it justice. And at $99.99, it's a bargain both ways with the Samsung Focus 2 and the Lumia 900. When you go towards the hardware, they both don't stray from that Windows Phone common theme that you see. They both have 1.4 S2 Snapdragon Qualcomm processors. It shows no lag on either one. Even though this is cheaper, it runs the same as it does on the Nokia Lumia 900. I have seen from time to time when I'm scrolling that the scrolling isn't as fluid on the Lumia 900 as it is on the Focus 2 or maybe even the Lumia 800. I don't know, maybe it's something that software-wise that Nokia has adjusted in order to make the experience better on the bigger screen, but it isn't as responsive. You'll see that later on when I go to the software part of the review. They both have 512 megabytes of RAM. For storage, on the Focus 2, you get 8 gigabytes. 6 are usable, so that's kind of disappointing. They both do come with SkyDrive though, so you get free 7 gigabytes of storage in the cloud for both devices. The Nokia Lumia 900 has 16 gigabytes of storage, about 14 usable to the user. This also has SkyDrive, like I said, so you also get that included 7 gigabytes of cloud storage. So in terms of memory, this is tons better. This has a 4-inch WVGA Super AMOLED display. The blacks on here are nowhere close to the clear black technology on the Lumia 900. You're getting a good screen. By any means, I don't want to degrade the quality of the screen on the Focus 2, but it isn't close to Lumia 900, so I'm definitely giving the Lumia 900 the win on that one. It's a pen dial display also, so you get this bluish tint sometimes in different lighting scenarios. It's a little disappointing, but pen tile displays, Samsung says the video of the screen is longer, but since they're pumping out phones every 3 to 4 months, that's irrelevant. So that's definitely a knock on the device. You have a 5 megapixel camera on the back that records 720p HD. As I've stated before, that is a limitation of Windows Phone and not the actual device. The video on this, which I'll also get back to, and also the camera I'll get back to in terms of still photos, beats the Lumia 900. The Carl Zeiss lens doesn't do anything in this department on a Windows Phone. I'm starting to think that has something to do with the software and not the hardware. But like I said, I'm going to get back to that also. As usual, as the Wi-Fi, the Bluetooth, 4G LTE, HSPA Plus, all that good stuff. Also has a front-facing camera, just as the Lumia 900 does. This, in terms of thickness, as you can see here, the Samsung Focus tall-wise, it's as you can see, it's a bit shorter. It does look chubbier, but it's not. This is 11 millimeters thin, and this is 11.5 millimeters thin. So it's a big device. It's a big, sexy phone. That's exactly what the Lumia 900 is. No one can contest to that. Software-wise, they're both running Mango 7.5. I'm going to turn the screens on here. There you go. There you go. Like I stated before in the review, the placement of the lock buttons are both on the side. I don't like them on the side at all, but Nokia Lumia's iteration of it is better, because even if your index finger is here, your placement of your thumb, and let's see if we can get it better here, is over here where the lock button is. Over here they have it right on the side here. Samsung does that with other devices, and I wish in the future that they'll change that. They're both on the side though, so it doesn't hinder usability that much. And plus it's a clean face on this one, so you can even argue that the Focus 2 is better, because the placement of the volume keys on the Lumia 900 is stupid. It makes no sense to have these all almost flush with the device and have it so close to the power button. You actually have to look and see where it is. The things that separate these phones apart in terms of software is definitely going to be the specific apps that Microsoft allows OEMs to use. In terms of software, they're all pretty much the same. This is my daily driver, so I'm definitely going to sound biased. So if I do, I apologize. You do have the fluidity, like I said, and like you see how it scrolls faster on the Focus 2. But when I switch over to Lumia 900, it's slower. It's almost chuggy. But I mean, when you go to the apps, it's the same. But when you get to the home screen, the flow of the home screen, like flicking up and down, is different. I don't know what that is, but you know, I'll look into that later and maybe get you guys an update. If you go to the marketplace, I'm gonna do the Focus 2 first. You got Samsung Zone. Now, what Samsung has is the Now, which is a hub for stocks, news, even video media, things like that. You also got the weather, which is a nice touch. The wireless manager is nothing but a go-to point for putting in Wi-Fi information. It's a useless app. Tango is on Nokia, HTC, and all those other apps. So I'm smacking that off Samsung Zone. That's not a specific app for them. RSS Times is Photo Studio. It's a nice little touch. It's similar to Nokia's Creative Studio, but Nokia's iteration is a lot better. And go back. You have Mini Diary, Fun Shot, Rubik's Cube, Network Profile, and Photogram. I said this in the review. It's not an Instagram. It uses filters like Instagram, but pretty much what you do, you take a photo or a photo that's already in your album. You can customize it similar to their Photo Studio app, and you can upload it to social networks like Facebook, Twitter, etc. All that good stuff. Going over to the Lumia 900, this is what sets it apart from all other Windows Phone devices. You go to Nokia, you have Nokia Collections. What you get is a really good suite of apps. Nokia has an exclusivity for about 90 days with the ESPN app, and they came out in the phone came out in May 8th. It came out May 8th. So it still has a ways to go before it's on any other platform. But the ESPN app is really great. You go over here. You have your screenshots of the app. There you go. I'll actually go into the app for you guys because it's really good. It gives you live updates on scoreboards, video, all that stuff. Here you go. Load it up for you. I'm on Wi-Fi, so there should be no difference in data speeds. There you go. Pretty premium with goggles. I don't know if you guys saw this. It was pretty awesome. Ginobili destroyed the Thunder last night. So I don't even know how that series is going to go. Getting back to Nokia Collection, you have the Caddy, Univision, which is like Telemundo, or different language channels for a variety of stations. CNN, which is also an exclusive app for Nokia for 90 days, is a good app. You have ACC Sports, 100th Day of School, Creative Studio, which is better than Samsung's iteration of it. Apps Highlight, which just gives you like the best apps out, or the featured apps or ones with high ratings. Nokia Drive, this is an amazing app. You get free turn-by-turn navigation. You get offline downloads of maps, so you can go to your quickest Starbucks like I do. It's awesome, and it's free, and that's the part that needs to stand out. Windows Phone by itself doesn't offer a navigation service. You do have Bing Maps. It's turn by turn, but you have to click the next destination. It's not really intuitive at all, and the maps. If I'm certain, Nokia and Microsoft just partner up for their map service, so now Nokia Maps is integrated in Bing, so it's a lot better. It's a better quality app now. Nokia apps, you got your Nokia Transit, contact transfer. It uses Bluetooth to transfer your old contacts to your new Lumia 900. It's a great app. I haven't used it because I just have everything synced to Windows Live, and all my contacts just sync in when you sign in. But if you have a Symbian device or anything else that doesn't use Windows Live, it's a great app. Okay, going more into the software. Other than that, there's no big difference. It's the same experience, almost no lag. There's no hindrance in terms of processors, so all the apps run on both platforms the same way. It seems as if the price isn't warranted yet, but once I get down into the whole hardware in terms of camera, you see where the big difference is and why maybe the Focus 2 is the better buy. This has a 5 megapixel camera versus the Lumia 900's 8 megapixel camera. This also has a dual LED flash versus Samsung Focus's single LED flash. And this has a Carl Zeiss lens. Now, I was a former Nokia N95 user, and the Carl Zeiss lens was like, oh my god, like this is amazing on a smartphone. I can't believe it. The quality was amazing, and Sadly, I would even have to say my Nokia N95's quality is better than the Lumia 900's. Focus 2, similar. I'll be providing camera stills and video uploads for both devices to let you form your own opinion. But in terms of quality, when you take pictures with the Lumia 900, there's like a pink effect or a pink tinge to almost every photo in low light scenarios. It's very frustrating and ruins most of your photos. It's not present in when you're recording video, but when you're just taking still photos and looking just to take a small picture or something like that, there's always a pink tinge to it, and it's very annoying. Samsung Focus 2 does not have this problem. It takes very detailed photos. The colors aren't oversaturated like most Samsung devices and most Super AMOLED displays. It's really not that bad, and for the price point, in terms of the camera, the Samsung Focus 2 definitely beats the Lumia 900. Like stated before, the Lumia 900 has a 1830 milliamp battery versus the 1750 Samsung Focus 2s. There's only 80 milliamp bump in terms of comparing the two, but since the Nokia Lumia 900 has a Super AMOLED clear black display at 4.3 inches, that 80 extra milliamp gets sucked up fast because of the power that it takes to run a screen like this. It's a beautiful screen, and it's a highlight of the Lumia 900, but it does hinder the battery life because I expected better. Hopefully Nokia does what they did with the Lumia 800 and pushes out an update like they did for that pretty much enhances the battery life. It drastically improved the one on the Lumia 800, and I'm just having high hopes to do the same for the Lumia 900, but that's all speculation, and that's just fanboyish right there. The Samsung Focus 2 and the Lumia 900 from day-to-day use for a moderate user are going to give you about a day to a day and a half. If you're a heavy user, expect to bring a charger with you. There's no way to get around that. Because it has a unibody display, the battery isn't removable, so it's pretty disappointing. If you guys haven't noticed yet, I know you're probably looking at the dirt edges around the device and like, oh my god, he has a dirty device. But I'm actually using a Zag cover case, and it's good. I mean, it fits perfectly on the back of it, and it prevents scratches on it. But it doesn't do well with keeping dirt off the edges. So I'm going to find a solution for that. This is where the Lumia 900 point blank is the best phone I've ever used in making phone calls. I don't know whether the guys back in Finland are doing something that Apple obviously isn't doing, but the phone quality on this device is amazing. Calls were clear, the volume was amazing on both ends. You can't. It's just I never experienced having phone calls like this on a cell phone. Usually on a home phone or using Skype or something similar, but not on a cell phone. The call quality on this is just amazing. Yeah, I'm almost speechless because there's no echo. Maybe the polycarbonate shell has something to do with it. I'm not sure, but it's literally the best phone I've ever used in terms of making phone calls. A phone that does well at being a phone. What a genius idea, Nokia. Thank you. Then you have the Focus 2, which by no means is a horrible experience. It has good call quality. Calls were crisp. Volume was lacking, but because it was somewhat clear, it wasn't too much of a strain to hear the other person, and it was the same on both ends. I've gotten pretty great feedback from fellow friends and people I've called that there was no hindrance in quality whatsoever. So on that end, I'm definitely giving it to Lumia 900, but for the $49.99 price point, you're not losing out at all on the Focus 2. Sum things up, the Nokia Lumia 900 comes out on top as a better device in my opinion. The bump in screen size, increased quality with Nokia's clear black tech, the beautifully crafted industrial design, as you can see here, I just love it. And overall app selection, like Nokia Collections, you get Nokia Drive, Nokia Maps, Nokia Transit, all great quality apps. Not just about the quantity, like for instance Android Marketplace or iOS Marketplace. It's about the quality of the apps. And a basic app on a Windows Phone device is just destroys other platforms, in my opinion. It's just the beauty of it and the use of it. It uses this panoramic. Like I go to the People's Hub, and this is a hub / app. It's just tons of things you can do on one screen. There's no clicking buttons and none of that stuff. It's all the information is pushed to you right there, and that's the way productivity happens. And I'm a very productive guy, so I love Windows Phone OS. The Samsung Focus 2 is still a bargain though. When being priced at $49.99, you get the LTE, you get the 4-inch display, You get the above average camera, which is better than the Lumia 900s, which is sad to say. Even the sex appeal, the white glossy backing doesn't feel too cheap. It's very nice in the hand. I'm just clicking buttons all over the place. I'll also stated this in my review, just a little tidbit. The lights are really bright, guys. At first it made it look cheap, but in actual use it's a great benefit. It's a great benefit. You really can't go wrong with either device, guys. You really can't. I'm still going to be using this as my daily driver, but in terms of which device to pick, it's totally up to the person's taste and what they're looking for, what they're looking to pay for, pretty much. This is Alex from BWOne.com, and we're going to live your tech world in high definition. Thank you.